go where I want and I do what I want. My belt match the kicks, don't you go bunny.
H to the G, man, who you think he gonna be? And we're back with another crazy story. This one is gonna be the rise and fall of Fetty Wap. How a dude from the streets of Paterson, New Jersey took over the rap game and threw it all away. We're talking kilos of drugs, federal charges, and a career that blew up as fast as he threw it away. Now, before we get in this video, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But if you're one of my day ones, you already know what to do. Hit that like button and drop a comment like you always do. Now, without wasting time, let's get into it. Before we get into the legal drama, let's rewind. Fetty Wap, born Willie Jr. Maxwell II, was one of the hottest names in hip-hop around 2015. He came out of nowhere with Trap Queen, a song that celebrated love and loyalty through the lens of drug dealing. It wasn't just a catchy song, it was an anthem. The track hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, and just like that, Fetty Wap became a household name. From there, it was a wild ride of hits. My Way, 679, and Again. For a minute, Fetty Wap was the hottest artist in the game, but the thing is, Fetty wasn't just a rapper, he was still tied to the streets. Fast forward to October 2021, and things took a hard left. Fetty was out here living the dream. He had money, hits, and was even set to perform at Rolling Loud, one of the biggest hip-hop festivals. Just before he hit the stage in Queens, New York, federal agents swooped in and arrested him on drug trafficking charges. It wasn't just him either. 5 other dudes were also taken down as part of this massive operation. The charges? Fetty and his crew were allegedly moving serious weight, over 100 kilos, of heroin, cocaine, crack, and fentanyl across Long Island and New Jersey. And we're not talking about some street corner hustle. This was a full-blown drug trafficking ring. The drugs were being moved from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. These dudes were using the U.S. Postal Service to ship the drugs and even had cars with hidden compartments to move the weight undetected. According to federal prosecutors, Fetty Wap wasn't just a rapper who got caught up with the wrong people. He played a key role in this operation. They labeled him as a kilogram-level redistributor, meaning he wasn't just holding a couple of ounces, he was moving kilos. The feds say this drug operation was highly organized and sophisticated. They were using every trick in the book, shipping drugs through the mail, using stash houses, and employing armed security to protect the product. And we're not talking about a little bit of cash either. When the feds hit them with search warrants, they found over 1.5 million in cash, 16 kilos of cocaine, and 2 kilos of heroin, along with a bunch of fentanyl pills. The drugs alone could have caused devastation in communities all across Long Island and Jersey. To top it all off, the crew had firearms to defend their stash and keep everything running smoothly. Fetty Wap and his crew were hit with a federal indictment, which outlined just how deep his operation went. Along with Fetty, the crew included Anthony Cincha, brothers Anthony and Robert Leonardi, Brian Sullivan, and Kevon Wiggins. These weren't just low-level guys. They were running the whole operation, with Fetty allegedly playing a significant role in getting the drugs to the streets. But it didn't just stop there. The feds hit them with multiple charges, including conspiracy to distribute and possess controlled substances. And for some of the others, firearm charges were added on. Using guns in connection with the drug operation is a whole different level because it takes the case from being about just drugs to being about potential violence. It's wild because just a few years earlier, Fetty Wap was on top of the world. He had platinum plaques, Grammys, and millions of fans worldwide. He had the chance to change his life and get out of the streets for good, but it seems like the streets kept pulling him back. After his arrest, Fetty took a plea deal in 2022. He admitted to conspiring to distribute cocaine, which helped him avoid a life sentence. But even with the deal, he still caught 6 years in federal prison. Now don't get it twisted. This isn't just a dude who made some bad decisions. This was a guy who had it all and still couldn't walk away from the street life. And honestly, that's one of the hardest things to do when you come from the background that Fetty came from. It's a trap that a lot of people fall into, thinking they can juggle both the music industry and the streets. But eventually, something's gotta give. The consequences weren't just legal. Fetty's entire life took a hit. Alongside his drug case, Fetty has faced a string of lawsuits, from copyright infringement battles over his hit songs to defamation cases, and even being sued for property damage after leaving a house in shambles. Fetty's legal troubles seemed endless. There was even a lawsuit where his landlord hit him with a bill for over $175,000 to fix up a home that Fetty allegedly trashed. Marijuana smoke damaged furniture, holes in the walls, The house was left in a state that required a full renovation. On top of all that, Fetty was accused of punching 3 employees at a Las Vegas hotel in 2019, and more recently in August 2022. He violated his bail by threatening someone on a FaceTime call with a gun. These charges and lawsuits have stacked up, making Fetty Wap's fall from grace even more shocking. From the outside, he had it all, but beneath the surface, his connection to the streets and the decisions he made behind the scenes were tearing his life apart. Alright, man. Now here's the thing. Fetty's story is a tragic one, but it's one we've seen play out time and time again in the hip-hop world. We've got these artists that come from nothing, and when they make it, instead of leaving the streets behind, they get dragged right back in. The streets have a way of seeming like you can never escape it. Lifestyle can be very alluring, but at some point, you have to make a choice. Are you going to keep risking it all? Or at some point, are you going to take the opportunity and build a better life for yourself and your family with the opportunity that was presented to you? That's the message I want to get out there. Don't squander the opportunities that other people would kill for. But hey, if you made it this far, that means you put in some paint where it ain't. And for that, you need to be thanked. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. I know there's 10 others out there doing it like me, but
Fuck that, I look 10. I'm maxed out.